I've made a few streaming change-ups here to help facilitate seeing the printing a little better. I'll move my keyboard out of the way because I forgot to do that. I am a professional, or at least I like to think so. Okay, we got that going, so now let's get some music happening. Okay, we got some music happening here. Alright, so where we left off is this dude here. So we let the paint set, and if you guys check out Instagram, you'll actually see some higher detailed pictures of this bad boy. And we got some stuff happening. Now I want to go back in and clean up this little bit of a sigil a little bit more, but we're going to be using a bit of a different paint as part of an experiment. And we got the dark parts of the cloak really nicely done. I'm very happy with how that turned out. The mace, not too bad. Gotta move that out of the way, the chat boxes are there. So, did pretty good. I like that it filled in on the little bit of the grip there, like it's a little bit of leather, but holding still. Now the nice part is, I'm not sure if this can be seen in the lighting on the camera, but the way the bronze transitions to a little bit of a gold sheen. I think I'm getting it a little bit on there. You can see how the light's hitting it. But it's a very nice dull, or I wouldn't say dull bronze, but a nice bronze. But as light hits it more, it really transforms into a nice gold. But today, we are going to do some experiment with a Folk Art red metallic. I've never used this before, but I want to do some of my line work with it. I'm maybe doing a little standing here so I can use my magnifier. Alright. Come on. Yeah, it's not one of the easy ones to open. Alright, excuse me a moment and you get a knife. Thankfully, here in Texas, this is a legal knife, because it's one of my favorites. This is a Benchmade AFO2. If you ever have the chance to purchase one, get one. They are amazing. They hold an edge for a very long time. And they are part of my favorite lines of knives that have ever been made. Action is quite nice, and I love the safety. That's the safety. It's an automatic. And no matter how much you jam on that, it ain't going to go off. It's pretty safe. Anywho, so we're going to take a look at this metallic red. I don't know how this works, as in the way it flows or any of that jazz, but we're going to find out. First glance, it's kind of pink. Okay, we got a little bit on the plate here. I'll turn this a little so you see it. Really comes across as a dull pink. We're going to add a little water to this. So I just want to see how it comes across. Okay. Oh yeah, that's definitely a pink color. Less red, more pink. I'm blowing on my thumbnail here, see if we can get it dry a little. I'm not very happy with that color. So what I am going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of this Mephiston red, see if I can darken it up a little. So put a little bit of this Mephiston. There we go. Pop that little guy into the water pot. Because Mephiston runs like crazy into the water. Alright. So now what I want to do is kind of just start combining this a little. So I'm going to get this metallic property, but I don't want the pink. Definitely not my forte. I don't think it would really look very good in this model. Alright. So, just going to get this mixed up a bit. Add a little bit more red. Okay, I can definitely see a little bit more of the metallic sparkle in it, which is very nice. And get the center of the brush a little bit fanned out. And give it a little bit of a wash. Your brush will hold quite a bit of paint inside the center of it, and it won't necessarily be what you're picking up after you're done mixing. So anytime you mix, clean your brush. Okay. Alright, let's see how this looks. Okay, so we've got this kind of pink color here. And this is a lot brighter red, which you may not be able to tell. You can kind of tell. Anywho, yeah, it's definitely going to be something stands out here. So, for this, since I want to do a little bit of edge work, I forgot to grab my artificer brush. And yes, I know my table's a mess, but, meh. Nothing to my madness. I kind of know where everything's at. Alright, let's hop over here. Hey, my wife is actually in chat. Everybody say hello to Nikki. She is my biggest supporter of all time, and I absolutely love her. And she keeps me going on. Okay, so I get asked this a fair bit. What's the difference between, say, this artificer brush and this small layer brush? I think the artificer brushes have higher grade bristles, and that's why they command a lot higher price. I know people are like, oh, why do you want to pay $20 for a brush? Well, I can tell you after using both, this retains a point like crazy. I'm not having to constantly sharpen it or do anything else. Alright, so I just went and got a little bit on the tip of the brush, and I'm just going to do a test stroke here. Yep, that's all I want. Knock a little bit of excess off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be adding just a little bit on the edges. Again, I'm going to use the 3-point method. Well, the downsides of using a very tiny brush is it gets a very tiny amount of paint. And I really recommend anybody that's wanting to get into painting, especially miniatures, to get a good handle, like the Citadel handle. Because it helps keep my hand steady, and I'm not having to worry about having any shakes for the most part. It gives me something easy to grip onto. Okay, I do need just a little bit of water in here. There we go. That's the flow I need. Okay. Get that roll going. Hey, thank you very much. I thought you were already following me. All right, so that is just not light enough. So I'm going to add a little bit more of this metallic. That is quite a pink. So we're going to mix this back up. Oh, and this is an opportunity for Nikki, but anybody else that's watching, did you know that you can link your Twitch account with your Amazon Prime account? When you do that, it gives you one free Prime sub a month that you can use on any streamer. That's on Twitch, obviously. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. You should go link your account, Nikki. Give me that free sub. I know you get Amazon Prime. And she'll also help push things towards the little goal I have of giving away one miniature set. I've got a new unbox set of cultists that I just don't really have a need for, but I got for a decent low price. And I will be giving those away at the end of January if we meet our sub goal of 20 followers. Let's see what this looks like. Oh yeah, that's a little bit more fiery. Oh yeah, that's getting the edge work much better. And be very careful here. Headset's trying to come off me. Okay, I'm just trying to look at the work I'm doing here. I can see where it's coming in. I was afraid this had been too light, but evidently it's not light enough. So I'm going to add more of that metallic. Get back in here and mix this up. Is that my big one? No. Here's the big one. Nice and full of water. So I just didn't want it that pink, but who knows? Maybe I do need it that pink. But yeah, like I was saying, just do a Google search of how do I link my Twitch from Amazon Prime. Just follow the instructions from Amazon or the Twitch site. I don't remember which one it is. And they'll basically have you log into your Amazon account and be like, hey, log into your Twitch account. And bing, bam, boom, they're linked. And then once all that's hunky-dory on your favorite Twitch streamer, you can hit that subscribe button. Okay, that's a much better shade. Okay, now that I got the color down, I'll have something to show you all in just a few moments. Okay. Get back in here. Alright, like I said, find your angle of attack. It's going to be just kind of wherever you can get your eyes on it. Not all miniatures are made the same. There we go. That's better. I got a little bit much there. That's alright. That's what fingers are for. They pick up paint pretty well. Alright. So, the reason why I'm doing this, previously, the boot had no definition other than just the shadow. So what I did is brought it in a lighter red to come in here, and use this as my pointer. A lighter red to come in on the ridges and kind of give a little bit more of a light effect. And once everything sets, it's going to look really nice. Next play of attack is go up here into the edges of the actual folds on the chest piece, and then get in here on the arms. I'm probably going to leave the head itself alone, except for maybe the back. And we'll see how that goes. I'm not sure yet. We'll get there when we get there. Okay. So we're going to come up around this lip. And I think you can start to see this here. Got a little bit of a lighter color going into a darker color here. It'll pop up, and somebody is pinging me on Facebook. Oh, a friend of mine is asking if I can review a academic paper. And let me respond to her real quick. Alright. I have a friend of ours that is working on a master's program for mythology. You know what? Let me throw the light up a little bit more. Maybe. Let me get this up here. Not able to see it just yet on this camera. I gotta get some more lighting in here. Okay, got that. Boom. Get into the song. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay, so I got this little bit of an edge here. Push it further in. Ooh, that's creepy. That's prettier. All right. Okay. All right. Let's find our good place of purchase. And again, I'm going to go in here and just hit the tops of these folds. Get a little water. There we go. She's a flowing now. Okay, you know what? Try the phone trick again. Wow. Get a light. Okay. Now, let's see. See how those peaks are a little bit lighter? Well, maybe not so much on the screen. Okay. Use my screen. There we go. Peaks are a little bit lighter. Adds a little bit more depth to it because it gets the shadows. And I'm sorry, I was wrong. My friend is actually getting her doctorate in mythology. Not a master's. She has already got dual masters. I am very proud of her. Because getting a doctorate is not easy, no matter what field it's in. And if you get one, you should be very proud of it. Any degree in higher education you should be proud of. Even if it's a certificate, be proud of what you have accomplished. Okay, I'm starting to get that a little globbed on. I don't want to do that. You know what? Let's go ahead and clean this brush. Okay, we're going to get the rest of this underside done real quick. Okay, we got that going there. I'm not going to hit that fold because I don't think it needs it, but I do want to get in here on the arms. Where can I get the best place? And I'm not using a real aggressive like white or a black or anything like that because I want it to be a little more subtle. I want someone to be able to pick this up and go, wow, from a distance, hey, I didn't think a lot of it, but when I actually got up on it, this is pretty in depth. But I encourage people to be bold if they want to be bold. Okay, got this little arm piece right here done. How do I want to go about this? So look at some of the folds in the arm itself. Yeah, I'm not going to risk it. We're just not going to do that. So now, I've poured a lot of red paint here. More than I'm probably going to use tonight. But that's okay. I'm learning with the new paint. what I'll do is I will actually get more on the brush itself. Because what I want to do... Consistency... Nah, I need a little thicker than that. That a little evened out. That's what I want to do. I just want enough to where it's running without retracting. I know that sounds weird, but whenever you put the paint down, it kind of like scorps up. That's what I mean by retracting, and just not a fan of that. I don't think it really flows very well. But whenever I can put it down, it stays there, but still stays pretty thin. That's what I'm after. So, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to hit the edges of this shield. Hey, looks like we had somebody else stop in here. How's it going? Doing a little Age of Sigmar painting tonight. My best not to hit the bronze work. Just a second. Thank you, sweetie. Yeah, I'll let them in there to dry. Okay. Some safety goggles I had to clean earlier. My wife was like, hey, why are these in the bathroom? And I'm like, because they're drying. Of course, y'all heard that, so hey. You know, my mom was thinking about adding a little bit of a white into this to really lighten it up. I wonder if that Mephiston just made it way too red. Okay, and I know it sounds weird, but I like to get the back edge. For some reason, it just makes things pop a little bit better to me. So what I'm talking about is the interior edge of, say, this shield. I'm not sure if I can really show it off easily, but back in here, I like to get those edges. I think it adds a fuller effect. One more paint. There we go. Okay. Let's get a little bit more going on the front-facing edge. And the thing is here not to be like, oh my god, it's standing out everywhere. It's to be subtle. At least with what I'm trying to go for. All right. I think we got that going pretty good. So, we'll clean the old brush off. All right. So, for the armor itself, some pieces I am going to be using the Canoptech alloy to do a little bit of a highlight. And other places, here we go. Storm Host Silver, which is really nice and bright. So, I think on the bottom here we'll do the Canoptech. Get these brushes out of here. Get a nice little bit of a soak to get softened back up. Use this one, and we're just going to use this a little sparingly. Respond to a message real quick. Okay. Well, the nice thing about this layer, Canoptech, it's got this nice color shift ability. I'm not sure if I can catch it in the light here. It's a little harder to see. I'll spin the plate a little. See where I'm putting it down. Okay. Now the problem with this paint, it's very goopy. I think that's the only way to really say it. So anytime you use it, you have got to water it down a little. There's always the Games Workshop thing, thin your paints, thin your paints, thin your paints, thin your paints, and with this one, that is especially true. So even with thinning it down with roughly about 2 or 3 drops of water, it's still very thick. Ooh, it's a little too bright. There we go. And it comes on very, very thick. But in this case, not a bad thing. Clean that off. Alright, now we get to do the upside down painting. Okay, and this, I just want to get the tip. What I'll do is come through and not actually use the tip itself, but the leading edge of the tip. The miniature itself may give you a few pauses here and there of how do I get into this spot. I just say take a breather. You'll figure it out. You may just have to get a weird angle. Stick your tongue out, dance around, that kind of thing. Okay. Get a little more paint. All right, so what we're looking for is right in here, just lightening that up to make those edges really nice and crisp and pop out. And man, I really wish I had better lighting in here, or a better high definition camera. But this is what we got going, and this is how we're going to keep going. we got this little ledge right in between the leg and the cloak. Oh, that is looking so nice. Yeah, I really got to talk to my buddy Manny about getting lighting and all that jazz and how he does his painting stream. Okay, we're going to leave that part alone. Okay, we got the Canoptech, and I'm going to do the mace with the Canoptech as well. Get just a little more water. Okay. So, we're going to go through here. Hit these edges. Sorry, I'm having to see where I can get a good angle on this. That blobbing paint, because I hate blobbing paint. It drives me crazy. Get the crocodile roll method there. Get the extra off. Trick is not to really force your brush on there. Just do light, gentle strokes. Just ease your way into it. Because you can always add more paint. You can't always take it away. Okay, I gotta change this music because yeah, it's alright. Okay, I've got to kick on the light a little bit more. A little darker. There we go, now I can see. That is looking really sharp. Hopefully I can get some great pictures up on Instagram about this. How's that flowing? It's a little thick. There we go. Alright. So again, we're just going around the edges here. Alright, how do we get in there? Okay, get that nice point back. Boom. Got that edge. Nice. Oh, edge work drives me crazy. Especially whenever the edges are curved. Get a little more water. I like to call this thumb blending. That'll be alright. Okay. Like I said, this Camtech, very, very gooey. And the water runs out of it very quickly. So it makes it very hard to get a nice, consistent amount. Alright, so we got the interior of the hammer I'm going to go after right now. Just very soft, gentle strokes. So we're not trying to blob all the paint on there. Just trying to leave enough to make it interesting. Let's add a little more water. Alright, looks like I got some more people joining in. How's it going, folks? I am having a great time here painting with you folks. It was a wonderful Sunday evening. I'm a bit new to the miniature streaming and painting gig, but I've been streaming for a little bit. I won't say a whole lot, but just a little bit. And hopefully this is entertaining enough. For those of you that are stopping in, I will be doing a giveaway at the end of January if we can meet 20 subs. That is kind of my goal. I have got some Chaos Cultists that I'd like to give away. I don't use them, so hey, figure why not. We'll set ourselves a goal and we'll go for it. Let me check this. Yeah, that's all good. Let's get a different song. There we go. Okay, so I believe I got all the Camtech I want to really use on here. I have gone through and I've gotten the little lip of the cloak all the way around, running up into here. But what I do plan on doing is the interior. I'm actually going to use Stormhost Silver. this bad mamma jamma out. Turn the plate. Nope, gotta shake it. Shake the bejesus out of it. I've got a paint stir, but I don't like using the Citadel pots. I think it really messes them up. Okay, got this nice bright silver. I'm not going to need a whole lot, but I do need some. Should be more than enough. All right, let's add us a little water. Nice thing about Stormhost, I've found that it works very well with water. And I may have added too much. Okay, let's get it out of the brush. And mixed in here. Nope, that is just fine. Awesome. Okay, so again, because I talk to myself a lot, what I'd like to do is come in here, add a little bit more highlight, but using the Stormhost instead. Okay, see if that was a buddy of mine popping in or not. Fortunately, it was not. Okay, so once again, I am going for the higher areas on the model. Just areas I think that would naturally either, I won't say be weathered in this case, but would catch light a little bit more. Got a little bit on this ornament. There we go. Now this is a little wet, so I'm going to do a second coat here in just a moment. I need to let it set a little more. But let's do its thing. Okay, so, not sure if y'all will be able to see this, but right in here, there's this little line that goes all the way up to his midsection. I am going to add some of the Stormhost there. Just to kind of make that pop out just a little more. Alright. Like I said, you gotta find kind of your spot and your position. Alright, it's looking good. Double check something real quick. Oh, pow! Got that done. Nice. Okay, so It's a little too thick. I'm going to come back through. Slowly add in some of the storm host. Ah! My allergies been like crazy bad this year. I'm trying to also remember the old adage, paint only what you can see. So if you're really not going to see it, don't worry about it. I didn't get that on the knee, did I? No, I'm good. Here we go. Cool. Well, I think... Well, you know what? I'm going to dry brush some Necron compound on the actual mace later. We'll do that as kind of like a last thing. Okay, so I think we're done with the storm host. We got the results I was looking for. It's so hard to see on here, but these areas, you know what, I'm looking at it, whereas the camera has a different perspective. But additional light. Aziz light. Best movies ever. But now we've got more of a pop out. Those edges will catch more light. Hopefully that's really coming through. All right, so since we got that done, but hey, you add a little bit more pop and pizzazz to my bronze. In order to do that, I'm going to use a bright gold. And the gold I was using last night, great, nice, a little too burnt. So I'm going to be using Retributor Armor. It's got much of a warmer gold to it. That should be more than enough. It's got a little too much water in there, but we can make it work. Just adjusting my brush. Occasionally, it likes to fan out after a little bit too much use. Bristles get all like everywhere. I'm not a fan of that because then paint gets places I don't want it to be. There we go, that's a bit better. I know you can just put your brush down the paint and it'll stick together, but not quite what I want to do. So what I plan on doing is coming in here on the crown and around the edges of the pauldrons, as well as the top of the shield on the interior and exterior. So we'll start on the crown. We get these little high points. Alright. And so we got the top of the crown starting to go. I need a light. You know what? I have a light. I just forgot to turn it on. Well, how do you like them apples? You know what? Let's readjust that light. It's on the tripod. So it can be a little finicky. How about this? Come on, light. Stay in place. It's being a butt. But, hey, that's better. Alright. Come into focus. And now we got these nicer, crisper edges coming along the crown. Alright, let's get the base of the anvil that's in the crown. Nice. Starting to come through really nice. Alright, now we go for the pauldrons. Or, nope, we got the backside of the crown. I am jumping ahead. I'm getting excited. Alright. Straighten my edge here. Boom, got it. Alright, see a few spots in the crown I need to get just to match everything up. There we go. That's a much stronger, sharper brush. Oh yeah, that looks great. Again, kind of hard to see here, but what I have done is first put down the paintbrush, is come through, grab the light, for focus. Boom. So now it's going to catch a little bit more of a stronger edge. Go ahead and get the pauldrons going. Okay. A little more water in there. There we go. Now it's flowing. All right, so now what we're doing, brush down, is on this edge. We can now see a little bit more definition on the edge itself. Let's not boot my lens. But yeah, I think it's gonna look really good. That's a little jarring. Okay, I'm going to say those pauldrons just about done. As soon as I get that little blip there. Oh, come on. Paint just does not want to flow exactly where I want it. There we go. Take it right there. Okay, so we got that pauldron done. Now we're going to go and get the lightning bolts and the shield done. The best I can. So we're going to start here and do this interior lip. I've got to get my flush cutters sharpened up a little bit more, so I can see where the seams, cutting it out of the sprue, did not cut very well. It's made it very rough. Got a little bit of touch up where I got some red on here. Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Killer. I may actually have to get more gold. Yep, I'm gonna have to get a little more gold. Just don't have enough out there. Thought I did, but eh. Water off. Gold on. All right. Leave that brush in there. Mix it up just a smidgen. Now this is some grade A heresy using artificer brush to mix, but it's what I have right now in my hand, and I will use it. All right, we got this. Do a little turn into the gold. All right, that's about the consistency I need. A little too thick. It's one of the reasons why I like using thinner, bright colors, so I can wipe them away pretty easily. You know what? Let's not worry about that edge right now. We'll worry about this edge right here. Alright, we'll cover this bit up with some more blood for the blood god, because that stuff's amazing. Not terribly worried. Alright, so now we can get in here into these lightning bolts. What I'm going to do is going to hit the tops of these. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll just do the tops. Cool. That came out really nice. Awesome. Okay, I think we are done with this artificer brush. So, always put your brush cap back on because it helps out. Oh, come on, go in there. Get this one stray brush hair that just wants to go in there, and got it. Nice. Okay, Artificer, you going back in. Boop. Alright, so now we'll take a look. See which one I want to use. I think this blue is a little thinner for what I want to do. And we're going to use a little blood for the blood god. Because hot dang, that's a great name for a paint. It's got this wonderful texture to it. Let's get my brush a little wet again. Nice. Pull a little bit out here. So what I'm wanting it to do is actually dry up slightly. You know what? I'm going to be safe. Move that over there so I don't spill it. So this is the only one I've got, and I'll have to order more. And I don't want to wait weeks for that. Boom, that's looking crisp. Alright, we're doing pretty good here. I think we are almost done. Cool. I think that's it for the technicals and some of the touch-ups I needed to do. That ribbing to knock the paint out of the brush, which is awesome. Stiff bristle brush, go. I forgot to soak this last night, but that is okay. Alright, where did I put my Necron compound? Did I put it up here? I did not. Retributor. Wraithbone. Hey, there's more Wraithbone. Okay, cool. Pickaxe. I know, super professional streamer here. Fang. Ah, death card. That's where I put it. Okay, let's look for this paint. I really want to use it. Necron Compound, right here. Bam! So the nice thing about dry paints from Games Workshop is they are pre-made to be chunky. However, I think this one may be a little too chunky. Have any fresh water? Yeah, I got fresh water in here. Okay, fun trick. I'm going to add about 3 drops of water into there. And I'm going to get the paint stir. Made by Badger. It's got this nice little tip on it. And we're going to stick it down there and we're going to pray for the best. Because what I don't want to do is make that really thin and runny. Okay, I was afraid of that, so I'm going to add some Vallejo Flow Improver. So I'll help thin it out a little bit. So I've got some chunks. Okay, that is mixing to be what I need. Get down in there. Mix. Yep, there we go. Okay, we need to clean off the spinner. Put down the water. And it's cleaned. Alright. Oh yeah, that's looking a lot better. It's less like it died. Okay, we're going to jam that really up in there. Yeah, I gotta buy some more. Okay, with dry brushing, you don't want a lot. But you do need it up in the bristles. Okay. So what I want to do is come in. Just dry brush the handle. Some of these finer details out here without overtaking the paint I put down originally. And again, just real light. Just a little bit more. bit to this ornamentation. So we kind of give a nice, dirty, but like recently dug up look. And we'll do a little bit over here on the shield where I left some silver elements. Man, that is some chunky paint. I've got to order another one of those. Come on. There we go. All right. Got a little bit on the side there. And I think we are done. It looks good to me. Alright, folks. Well, I believe that's going to be it for tonight. We have got this miniature done. So, let's see if we can get some better light on this bad mamma jamma. Come into focus. Come on. You know what? I'm going to have to use my cell phone. The best things I ever did was put a light with these. There we go. Now it's picking it up. So we've got these nice additional lines in there to really make things pop out and shine. I'm digging what I did with the crown. Got the pauldrons. You can see the depth in the shaft of the hammer. We've got those nice crisp lines around the flanges and the edges of the hammer. Even got that on the boot where it's highlighted a little bit, and on the chest piece. I think I may just remove the chat box for the next one. Next stream. It's just getting in the way. And nice. I'm digging how that shield turned out. Some nice raised edges on everything. It's looking pretty good. I think I did a good job. Alright, folks. I'm going to call this one done. And we will start working on another one, well, sometime this next week. If you're watching this live, or if you're watching this recorded already, I appreciate you being here, whether it be morning, noon, or night. And thank you for watching. Have a great day, and have an even better weekend. Bye-bye.